Hey, let's talk for a minute about the whole marriage equality, gay marriage legalized thing. And I'm not going to state opinions, nothing like that. I'm just going to state a few historical facts and other facts. Number one, marriage is not just a thing from ancient Israel, or the Hebrews, or a Judeo-Christian thing. It has been in ancient governments, modern governments, religious organizations, states, countries, and nations all over the modern and ancient world, all with different rights and practices. Marriage, and there's all different kinds, it varies from nation to nation. Here in America, the woman wears white. In China, they wear red because red is their symbol of life, and white is like death to them. So it's different. It's not just from there. Number two, the idea of marriage as one man and one woman in the Judeo-Christian area is, well, that's kind of what the historical text says, but history itself has proven that wrong because, well, one, the polygamy. Just about every nation that has rulers, including Israel, had concubines, a wife you would marry just to have sex with and have children with. David had multiple. King Solomon, the two kings that were considered Israel's golden age, King David and his son King Solomon. King Solomon had 1,000 concubines. He said 300 wives and 700 concubines. Okay, he had 700 women that he just used for sex and to sleep with. That, and that's considered the nation that Christians take their definition of marriage from. Number three, God, the Adonai, Yahweh, Jesus, the Judeo-Christian God the Father, never actually used the word marriage or no ancient Greek term, text, no ancient Hebrew text mentions the word marriage when he's saying. He said it is a pact, a covenant between a man and a woman, and that they're going to commit themselves to each other, and that they become one flesh. Their energy joins together, and they become one soul, in a sense. So he never says marriage. He just says they agree that if they really love each other, they'll be together forever. So it's not marriage, it's just that. Number four, scientific reasons why the Judeo-Christian God said man and woman. One, people needed to procreate. The earth was still, barren, not a lot of people back then. Nowadays, we have a problem of overpopulation. They should give out condoms and birth control and things like that. And a few other historical aspects would be one, to prevent STDs. Because, if you wait and you're celibate until you see someone, you're with someone for long enough that you love, which is how it's supposed to be, and you only have sex with them, and neither of you have any diseases, won't get any. Same thing with unwanted pregnancy. You wait and stay celibate until, if you just don't have sex, you won't get pregnant. That's just the bottom line. Another thing throughout history was there would be forced rape marriages where like in a lot of Middle Eastern Asian cultures, I don't see this really in Native American or Hawaiian or South American a lot, but if a woman was raped, she was unmarried, and the man was unmarried, a lot of the times they would force them to get married. I don't know about you, and it's just an opinion, but nobody should be forced to do anything. People shouldn't be forced to get married, shouldn't be forced to have sex. That's rape, it's bad. And another thing, a lot of those marriages back then were political marriages. Sometimes political marriages end up being really good and they love each other. But a lot of the time, someone gets power hungry, learns the game, takes control, and then sometimes even end up killing their spouse. Empress Wu of China, when she was 40 years old, she basically slept her way to the top. And then when the emperor, she ended up poisoning him and his son, and she reigned as Empress of China for 40 years. She died in her 80s. This was like Middle Ages, okay? People aren't supposed to live that long back then. That's really the gist of it. I can't really think of anything else about marriage and all that. But another bottom line is, it's not what people think it is. Jesus and Paul both advocated celibacy over getting married. Paul didn't go as far as to say, oh yeah, it's a sin, because he said it was not a sin. But he did say, it's better to stay away from it. Just get married if you're horny and you're full of lust and just want to go screw something. I mean, Jesus himself said, when he was talking to Jewish people before he died, you have a better chance of getting through the gates of heaven if you stay away from marriage. I mean, it makes things complicated, marriage does. You're spending your life with someone, and if you're not careful, and it's not someone you really actually love, you could screw up your life, and then you might end up getting a divorce, and that's just all kinds of insanity, craziness. So bottom line is, do your research. In my opinion, if two homosexual people or heterosexual people want to get married, that's not my problem. That's freedom. If you stop them, then you're saying they don't have that freedom, and you're taking their freedoms away. And whether homosexuality is morally okay or not doesn't matter. What matters is you're taking away their freedom. So do your research, look it up, read some history books, go to the library, and before you make an opinion about something, just look it up. Just do your research, talk to an expert even, a doctor in the field of history or archaeology or even theology, just whatever you're going to do. When you have an argument, build a solid argument and analyze the other side. Thanks for listening. If you have opinions or facts of your own, please comment and like and smash that subscribe button. Thanks.